Welcome. This is part 2 of our 3-part series in your soul's path. What is your purpose in this life? And it's not for me to tell you. You know what it is. Somewhere in there, your higher self wisdom knows what it is. And so what I was being called to do is just see what what messages want to come through for helping people tap into their own inner wisdom, to see like how to uncover this purpose even more. Go back and watch part 1, and there's probably a little bit of an intro in there. We won't have to rehash all that, but thank you for being here. And I have up on my screen the things I'm going to be reading for the placements. And like I said in part 1, this is our container. We have a structure for this 3-part series, and then 5 placements within each reading. My words aren't coming out yet. That will define like what aspects of this purpose, this journey, are we inquiring about, to then help you tap into those deep knowings within you. So let's get started. So I have to look at my sounds. My husband's on the last day of playing in the pit of this musical, and they're just getting ready to go on now. I went and saw it on night 1. So now we can just be me, you, and the cats. So let's get started. What I was being called to use the Zodiac Tarot to start, so we'll use that first. So thank you for these clear messages to come through. So this part 2 is called Aligning with Your Soul's Purpose. Explore how your gifts and passions align with your greater purpose and how to embrace them more fully. So here we go. Kind of want to do, yeah, maybe we'll do the same thing here. This spread. I only have so much space and a lot of cards to lay out. So the first placement is the heart of my purpose. What is my deeper calling in this lifetime? And we got the Lovers, which is funny because I think I have the other spread up on my other screen so I can reflect back on it to see if there is a thread being woven through all 3 of these. We'll see. It's the energy you bring here. So if you are here, you're meant to see something, to gain some little nugget to take back or to tap in. And so maybe you saw part 1 and your energy's here again, because we had the 2 of Cups and now we have the Lovers. So there's definitely something about you wanting to be in connection. Like part of your purpose is being in connection with other people. But then I remember saying now, like a lot of times I don't remember things, guys. Sorry. I don't have a great memory for like, what did I say? And what message came through? It's sort of like, bleh, and then, okay, done. So apologies. I can't always anchor back to the specifics. I appreciate people who can. When I view like astrologers online, they're like, go back to your last month's reading and remember. And I'm like, how do you even remember? That's a skill. I don't have that skill. So you might want to go back to part 1 and see that first and just see how these relate. So the second placement is, how can I best express my purpose? What ways can I bring my gifts into the world? And we have the 9 of Cups. And let me see if I want to put that out here. So we'll tap into that because that can go a lot of different ways. The 9 of Cups is a lot of gratitude. So how can you express your purpose in relation with other people? Show a lot of gratitude to those people. That's the initial take. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, opportunities for growth, literally divine opportunities coming in. What new doors are opening for me? This is literally when Spirit opens a new door for you. That's the card. So we'll clarify that. And then we have opportunities for growth. Sorry, I just said that. Overcoming self-doubt. How can I trust my path and let go of hesitation? We have the Wheel of Fortune. I love this. The self-doubt, what I'm getting is, it's like this, well, things have to look a certain way. And it kind of keeps us like, well, I'm feeling like small, constrained in some way. And that feeds the self-doubt. And so this Wheel of Fortune is here to say like, the only constant is change. And you have the ability to change the last reading said you're not scared of change. So there's something like trust that change is a constant and that you're able to adapt no matter, sometimes you're on top of the wheel, sometimes you're on the bottom, and no matter where you fall, it's like you just take it in stride. So that's a superpower. And the last one is a divine nudge. What is the next aligned step I can take toward living my purpose? And we have the Six of Cups. This is healing. See, that's coming through again, you guys. So there's something here about healing and in connection with other people. So I feel like and the healing might just mean like healing emotionally, could be physically, it could just be helping people gain insights, understandings. So healing to me is just to let you know where my mind goes. It's kind of a generic umbrella term to say anything that you're going to have some personal growth through or help others with personal growth or understanding. And I think there was a big teacher vibe coming through last reading, like you're a teacher, coach, mentor, facilitator in some way in community and in groups of people. So like you're a leader for sure. And I feel like some of that's coming through again. So what I'd like to do is let's get an overall message. Let's get a, last time I did the Wild and Sacred Feminine, I kind of want to do two things. One, let's get a Mystical Shaman Oracle. I have too many things on my desk. Mystical Shaman Oracle. These are a little stickier, harder to shuffle, but let's see. We have the Sacrifice. Ooh. Okay, number 44. We'll put that here. Did we get that one recently? I don't know. The artwork is so uniformly, like the themes, the color schemes, everything is very similar throughout the deck. So sometimes I'm like, did we get that one already? I don't know. We'll see. Meaning, I don't think we got it in part one, but sometimes I like to say, just give us a new card, because I feel like if you're watching these readings, like we want different messages to help the nuance, like deepen our understanding of our questions. If we got the same thing every time, it might just get kind of stale. Might be like, yeah, I know that already. Let's get one more. And we have Insight, Spiritual Teacher. See, there is a teacher vibe here. Connect with a spiritual teacher and tap into higher wisdom. So I'm going to put these here so that we can read them later. We'll probably try to get to one of them, maybe not, but definitely in the extended, we're going to read those in detail and see how they relate. And by the way, that was the Infinite Wisdom of the Chakras deck. Are you ready? Let's clarify. You know what, though? This is calling to me. I always say, like, this is Life Happens Oracle. It just gives us a little nugget. This doesn't have a reading with it. Let's just put it down. And at the end, we'll flip it over. Don't you like surprises? I do. Okay. Let's go. So the first thing I want to do is let's clarify a little bit with the Wild Unknown Tarot. Again, if you saw the last one, you're knowing that I took most of my stuff, like a big portion of all these, my babies, to my studio so I can start doing readings from there. And it's helping me like get good and in tune and in touch with all the ones that I have left that I don't use as often. So I'm kind of excited about that. They're getting a new life. So thank you. Let's help. You know what I didn't do? I'm going to pull from the bottom of the Zodiac deck to get an overall, because I forgot to do that last time as well, and I kind of like to get an overall. What is it? What is it? We have the Five of Cups. Ooh, there's something about this overall energy of you have this ability to not just keep focused on loss, but also like you have this silver lining ability about you, like, oh, you can see the good in anything. And so that's why this is coming out. And I guess it totally relates like to the first reading, where you can see things from a lot of different angles and then birth something new out of that, versus just picking up on an old perspective. But like, oh, I'll adopt that. That sounds good. No, you have this ability, and it's showing up here again, to see things from a lot of different views, and you can see the beauty in it, because you're not one to stay focused on lack. This is a temporary card of like loss. Like you look at it so that you can learn something from it. And then you're like, okay, what am I going to do with this? Like, how am I going to turn this into something, some beautiful teaching? You're some kind of something. It's some kind of teacher. I'm going to put this right here. Even if you can't see it. I wish I could have like a gigantic desk with the so you have so much room, but this will help me not like get too wild with that. Too many cards. So let's clarify that Five of Cups. We have the Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh. So this is the exact same thing, but with the, oh God, that's a gruesome artwork with a sword stabbed through the bull's eyes. Yikes. What's happening? This does have like a little darkness to it, but it's a lot of beautiful artwork too. So the Ten of Swords is when you're like, you've been through so much, just like angst and worry, like everything that the swords do, which are of the mind, of the like worry, anxiety, and just a lot of sometimes depression. And so the 10 says, you're done with that. You're on the horizon of a day, of a new era of healing. And so you've taken all of those things and you're counting them as blessings. And that's exactly what we read into this Five of Cups for this reading, is you can see the beauty in the hurt, in the wound, and healing through the wounds. So, and you take that wisdom out and share that with people. Like that's what this is saying, the Six of Cups. Like you share that. Oh my God, it's so amazing. So let's clarify the Lovers, which is the heart of my purpose. And we have the Ace of Swords. This is, oh my gosh. So I'm going to put this here. We've got the Hermit again. That showed up like twice or something in the first reading. And the Emperor. Ooh, so this is, what is my deeper calling in this lifetime? The heart of my purpose. You have such a deep knowing, a deep strength. And when you think about being in like connection with other people through whatever you're doing, this is definitely you with other people and you as some sort of guide, mentor, teacher. And you, by the way, in the first reading, there was this element, this energy of mothering, nurturing. So, sorry, I have eyelash. So you have the ability to protect, nurture, nourish, guide in some way. And so this is saying like you have this, the Ace of Swords is that divine inspiration, clarity, knowing. And the Emperor is here to say, yeah, all of that, plus just this immense confidence. You are not rattled by anything, like that Wheel of Fortune. It goes around and doesn't faze you. Now, if you feel a block to that, that's like something minor to work through. It feels like, but you're at your core, you're just like, Arr. And this, in here in the middle in the Hermit is you achieve this. You have this innate ability because you have the ability to go inward and seek your higher wisdom through the Hermit, which is what showed up over here in the last reading twice, which is amazing. For that same card to show up twice when we didn't even pull that many cards, it's saying you have this just natural ability to go seek your higher wisdom and tap into your intuition. I think we had the High Priestess too, so that you're highly intuitive. So with the heart of my purpose, what's my deeper calling in this lifetime? I think it's to share your strength and wisdom and clarity with other people in some way. So let me know if that resonates. We'll keep clarifying. So let's clarify the Nine of Cups, which is how can I best express my purpose? What ways can I bring my gifts into the world? We said gratitude overall. That's what that says. Be satisfied and grateful. Like you don't have to push a lot. Like things come easy to you. And so be satisfied with that. Work smarter, not harder. You already do that. And so this says death. Oh my God. How can I best express my purpose? What ways can I bring my gifts into the world? Just there's this constant cycle again, this transformation, death and rebirth, helping people bring closure. Oh my God, that really resonates. Okay. Yeah. again, you don't get rattled by anything. You are the eye of the storm, the eye of the hurricane. Man, it's such a superpower. And then we have the Seven of Wands. That came up before. Hold on. And then we have the Fool. Yep, there's your optimism coming through again. Like, you're not worried about anything. So the Fool with death and rebirth, transformation, that's clarifying here, right, with the center of the Seven of Wands. You're a protector. You help others realize that, whether you realize it or not, maybe it's just the way you are in relationship with other people, even if these words aren't coming out of your mouth, even if you are not trying to literally coach people, in your presence, people feel this. That is a superpower. And so it says, how can I best express my purpose? I think is telling people like, hey, it's okay. You can do hard things like death and rebirth. It's okay to go through the storm. That's probably why that eye of the hurricane came up. With death and rebirth, you have to go through it. And you are that protective bubble for people. And the Fool says, like, there's nothing to worry about. And you exude that for people. Like, you just have this, there's nothing to worry about here. Like, you are serious. It's not like you're just poo-pooing their feelings. You take them very seriously. But you have this ability to usher people through the storm. You're an usherer, a teacher, a mentor, a guide, a mother, a nurturer. You're all the ers. So let's clarify the opportunities for growth. We have this Ace of Pentacles, which is the doors opening. What new doors are opening for you? Mother of Cups. That's the Queen of Cups. Ooh, you're stepping into full on. There's your intuition coming through again. And we have the King of Wands and the King of Cups. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You've got all royalty cards here. So that something big is opening up for you. Let's say, okay, so an opportunity for growth. This could be like something that you feel has been holding you back, that you have to move through to open up to. And because we have both the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, there's something here about really embracing your emotional body, your emotional self. Because now that I'm seeing that, what's coming to me from the past reading that's coming through is you're so confident, you've got so many ideas, you're so quick-witted, you have the ability to process information and even like personal growth information, like emotional stuff, into like ideas and inspiration. And this is saying the opportunity for you is to take all that and bring it down into the heart space, like really connect with people emotionally and there's that vulnerability coming through again, because the King of Wands, he knows he's not riled up. Like I said that before in the last reading, a lot of repeat cards here. He knows exactly like how to be there for people without trying to fix them. And you can share that, you can have that heart coherence with people without jumping in and needing to fix them. And so where you might, where in the past you might be like, oh, I have the answer because you've been so, quick. You're so, remember in the last one, if you don't remember, go watch it. I said what came through was like, the opportunity there was like you could really try to slow down and like bring people with you. If you are a leader of groups in an organization or wherever, teacher or whatever, it's like you can't teach to just the quick ones. It's like an opportunity would be like connect with everybody more from the heart, because not everyone is like has the same mental capacity, but on some human level, some soul level, we can connect through the heart. So I think the opportunity here is saying, don't try to fix from here, try to connect from here, and you're going to be able to bring people with you into like growth, healing perhaps, or understanding, whatever your role is with people. You're going to have a much more fruitful outcome if you do it that way versus like, oh, I know the answer for you. I know how to fix this. No, just like be there. The King of Wands waits. He's quiet. He knows, he's passionate. He has like this ability to just sit waiting, listening, and be like, okay, now we're going. So it's like, wait for people to come to their own conclusions. That's the opportunity. And then we have overcoming self-doubt. How can I trust my path and let go of hesitation? We have this Wheel of Fortune, which says you're not riled up by anything. The only constant is change, and it doesn't have to look a certain way. Like that might feed the self-doubt. So let's clarify. We have the Queen of Wands. So now we've got the King of Wands counterpart here, which is totally just so intuitive. And the Star, we got the Star. I know we got the Sun last time. And then we have the Four of Cups. Okay, hold on. So this says overcoming self-doubt. How can I trust my path and let go of hesitation? Well, the Star this is definitely healing with and on behalf of people. So there's this reciprocal nature of the Star, meaning it feels like you help people with gaining, let's just call it personal growth, okay? Because I feel like there's still some teacher element here. I feel like maybe some of you are probably in the teaching role, and some of you are in like therapeutic roles, like counselors, social workers, things like that. And the way that you help people is you think, oh, there's growth for them, but no, they now have so many tools that you've shared with them in some way that they can then go on and help their family, help their loved ones. So there's this, like, you're doing more than just one-on-one. You are definitely doing like group work, whether you are with the group or not. Just know that it's happening. And the Queen of Wands is very so this intuition keeps popping up again. And she's very magical. So she can manifest anything she wants. And I think that's with this Wheel of Fortune, the fact that you, despite all the change, all the chaos in the outer world, and you be in the eye of the storm, and the Queen of Wands here saying like, I'm not worried because I can literally dream up and do anything I put my mind to. And it's not really my mind. It's like my passion, my purpose, my heart. The Queen of Wands is literally the card of acting, like fulfilling your purpose through your deeper knowing, your intuition, which is why we're doing this series in the first place. It's awesome that the Queen of Wands is here, because this is your path, is to come into, like, in this lifetime, you're going to be walking your purpose. And the Four of Cups is like, yeah, there's nothing left for me besides this. That's all I want. And I think it showed up in the last reading in the Divine Nudge, which we're getting to next. And now we have it here. Like, it's saying, yeah, let's keep going back into this. Like, there's nothing left for you other than you walking your purpose. Because literally in the original tarot, there's like this person sitting there like, I'm like not receiving any more gifts anymore. I'm not satisfied with that anymore. That's not for me anymore. I want more. And so that's all that's left for you. So that's the overcoming self-doubt would be knowing that you have this ability to step into this purpose and you're not settling for less anymore. Okay, now we have a Divine Nudge. What is the next aligned step I can take toward living my purpose? And so we have the Six of Cups, which is another card of healing. And it usually has to do with like the past, or so there's maybe like something about you helping people come into a new understanding and personal growth that then helps heal. That's why that came through, I think, that what I said earlier about whether you know it or not, you're helping to heal groups of people. Like there's a trickle-on effect for what you do with people. Like, you know, like those inspirational teachers you had in like high school and they really had a profound effect on you. There's like, you're that. They take that with them through the rest of their life, and it shows up in different ways, and they'll think back on their interactions with you and like, oh yeah, remember when so and so did that? That was really awesome. And it means something to them. And so we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, ooh, and the Chariot. Whoa, this is big and fast energy. Hold on. What's funny is like the Seven of Pentacles is saying, okay, so let's back up. The divine nudge. What is the next aligned step I can take toward living my purpose? This is another card of slowing down. Remember in the first reading, there was, you're so fast, you're so smart, so sharp, and you're so inspired, which is even more important. Like you are a visionary. That's what came through. It came through again. You are such a visionary that it's saying, slow down. Like it's okay to wait for things like to come to fruition before moving on to the next thing. And it's not even before moving on. That's just the vibe of the Seven of Pentacles. It's like the harvest is coming. You're like, when you plant your seeds, they just know they're taking root, and you're doing the daily work to nurture them. Queen of Pentacles from last time. You've done your daily work to nurture them. And then just know that that is what's the next aligned step I can take toward living my purpose, is to do that. If you haven't been doing it to this point, what is the thing that has to do with all of this like group leader nurturing type stuff, whatever it is for you? Do it to the best of your ability, day in and day out, because it's not, and you can do it like you like variety. That's coming through. You're somebody who really likes variety, and you're fine with change. So sometimes going slow and doing that day in, day work, out, in and out, is hard. Sometimes it's hard. What are you doing back there? He's like licking the wall. So it's saying that's what you can do, is get better at that, because that's what really yields results, and it will fulfill you. Like I even heard, oh my God, that's why this is coming through, or why I saw that on a podcast. It was something along those lines. It's funny, like the messages that come to me in different ways are showing up here all the time. There's something about that, like the people who get, oh, that's what it was. It was this podcast on a Chinese astrologer, like metaphysics guy of Chinese metaphysics. Is that what you call it? And he's like an expert in all these different Chinese astrology and I Ching and like all the different things. And he was saying like they have a very like, it's not very woo-woo in Chinese astrology and metaphysics, and I don't know a better word right now, but it's very grounded in like thousands of years of their history, and it's like, oh, this is just fact. That's the way it is. You don't have to attach to it. Just know that sometimes you have bad luck, sometimes you have good luck. And he was saying that you get good at, like, your passion is your passion because it's something you tried and you kept doing it and you got really good at it, and that feeds this idea that it's your passion, it's your purpose. And it's like, if we didn't feel the desire to do these things and be like, well, I like it enough to keep doing it and get good at it, that it becomes something I feel is like, oh, I was meant to do this because I'm good at it. Well, it's like, you didn't start out good. You started out a little curious, and then inspired, and then enough to keep going that feeds the engine, like playing guitar every day, like freaking hurts your fingers, and you're like, but I'm something, there's something here that I'm like, I'm gonna keep going until I get those freaking bar chords. Obviously guitar is not my purpose because the bar chords just killed me. I couldn't do it. So, but that's the idea, is that your purpose doesn't have to be just some thing that's out there that you have no connection to. It's literally something you definitely know you have a connection to by the way that you are even a little bit like curious about something. There's so much not in our awareness that we're not even curious about. It's not part of our purpose. And it's different for each and every person. It's different for Agador, my cat, too. He loves going outside and smelling the smells. He's a very curious cat. My other cat stays inside. So it's like we're all different. So what you need to do is think back to like where, like not just you, but all of us, like what are those things unique to you that who cares what anybody else thinks of it? Like what are those things you're so curious about or so like curious enough and inspired enough to like pick up the thing and do a little bit each day. So that's what this is saying. The next aligned step is think about those things. Think back to childhood and all through your life. This is something I want to do. I've thought about childhood and I got a lot of nuggets there that I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense for me. And now I want to take like chunks of my life, you know, in your mind, like for me, I'll have like, because I've moved around a lot. So in my mind, I have like, oh, I know it was around these years because I lived in this place. And I know, so I might take chunks of my life and be like, what was I into? Okay, let's go to the next chunk. What was I into? And then talk about a thread, like I said earlier, a thread that weaves through something. I want to see like, was there a thread that was weaving through? Or what maybe I forgot about that I want to pick up and try again and see if it's something that I'm still curious about and like inspired to do. So I feel like that's the divine nudge. It's definitely coming in a few different ways. Like I think that was meant for me to just remember for this reading, is because that is, I think that whole life's purpose thing is sometimes too huge, too nebulous, too obscure, whatever the word that says we can't latch onto it and understand it because it's too big. We don't have a way in. There's no way in to understand it. It's like, well, sometimes we just have to go back or look around us in our life and see if there are any clues. Like I have a guitar over there, but that's not my clue. That's like, well, maybe someday. It definitely isn't my purpose, but it might be like a good stress reliever. But I'm just saying, like, look around at the things like that are inspiring to you and see, what is it? What do I feel about it? Let's get a question. I'm going to go into the extended. We're already at 30 minutes, but I thought I'd leave you guys. We're going to have to read first of all, let me do this. Glow up. Yep. This is what it's about. You're getting a glow up. I feel like you're getting very inspired to do this. Because the Tower and the Chariot says once you do that, everything changes. The Tower is like, oh yeah, the old world is back there and it doesn't even look the same as where you're going. And the Chariot is like, you're taking the reins of this. You're definitely taking charge to pave, to design your path through your purpose. Once you understand those elements, it's like you can take those little nuggets, like, well, I like to do that, and I like to do that, and I like to do that. And because it said in the first reading, you're somebody who can weave things together, you're going to do that and birth something that feels so good and unique to you. So, what are some of the best feelings in life? That's what we're talking about. Like, what feels good to you? What feels good to you? Let's leave it at that. We got to go into the extended. There's some more here. If you're curious, follow me over there. Come on. Agador will be there. He's like his legs up in the air because he's cleaning himself. Luckily, you can't see that part on camera. We'll be over there waiting, and we're going to go deeper and then read our oracle messages and get some more inquiry questions. This will be fun. Thank you for being here. I appreciate if you do the like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things. I really appreciate it.